Welcome to our channel, The Intentional. My name is Ben Ashero Iberi. So, the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, under the able leadership of the very distinguished Goswill Akpabio, finally holds a hearing on Senator Natasha Akpotu-Udughan's sexual harassment claims to genuinely get to the bottom of this whole thing and resolve it with all of the fairness and equity the people have been clamoring for, using the same ethics and privileges committee in place that did the onerous but unbiased earlier act of suspension of the Senator Udughan for 6 months for refusing her new seat allocation. And what happens? Senator Udughan team came up with new tricks, antics, refusing to present its claiming an imaginary bias. What is bias? But not only that, they went ahead and hired some foreign elements and aliens who do not understand the workings of the Nigerian Senate. In example, former Minister Obi Ezekwesili, to come over there and embarrass one of the distinguished senators who was on a national life-saving assignment, a general in the trenches of the war against Boko Haram, and end up truncating the entire perfectly pre-planned Senate process and ending up jeopardizing everything. Why do these women think they can embarrass the Nigerian Senate and get away with it? Imagine Obi Ezekwesili. Where did she think she was? Does Obi think this is a ministry? This is the Nigerian Senate. Everything and everyone here is distinguished. Well, all except for Natasha Akpotu-Udughan, of course. And isn't that why she was suspended? And isn't that why we want her out of the Senate completely? Who does Obi think she is? Does she think this is the Ministry of Education in the early 2000s? This is the Nigerian Senate, distinguished in 2025, for crying out loud. Senators should be bowed to. And does Obi even know what she was there for? This is serious business, a matter of life and death. We are here for the integrity of the hallowed chamber, madam. The same integrity your retard has impugned across the world. We are here to try to redeem it. Because what better way to show fairness and equity than not to recuse yourself from your own trial? And better still, drive home the point of a genuine pursuit of fairness and justice by using the same ethics committee members and chairman whose decision to suspend the senator for 6 months for refusing to move seats is a hallmark judgment screaming loudly equity, fairness, justice for the whole world to hear and see. And how else are you going to prove your innocence than by suspending her from her duly elected position to begin with? How else than to create a hearing after the fact, headed by yourself as presiding officer? And of course, as if that was not enough, is everything happening in the polity with the Senator Udughan, including the moves for her recall suddenly following her suspension, not a coincidence that has no physical connection whatsoever and has nothing to do with the events in the Senate? Well, except for the spiritual aspect, of course. How can the gods sleep on matters of the Senate integrity? Especially seeing as its almighty president is the one involved. Of course, the whole world can see that Akpabio is doing the honorable thing, and we know that he has no hand in Akpotu-Udughan's sudden travails everywhere she exists. Because in all of it, Akpabio has acted with integrity and honor, and therefore, Providence and Karma have taken over and are fighting his battles for him from different directions. Because Why not? The gods know that he is a man of honor and is repaying her for accusing his innocent self of sexual harassment. Who would have thought that the unseen hand will so swiftly in retribution in Akpabio's defense in so many different dimensions and government departments all at once? Of course, that's a result of Akpabio's veracity, which is so glaring it makes everyone fall over themselves to clear his name without himself as much as lifting a finger for a dime. What a joy to be on the right side of history by always doing the right thing. Of course, Akpabio will not recuse himself. Ever. Why should he? There's no need for that. Because isn't what is befalling Akpotu-Udughan, which we can all see, proof that Akpabio is guiltless? And yet, the same Akpabio, who does not see any reason to recuse himself, accused a judge of bias. And the judge quickly washed his hands of the case. But Akpabio couldn't possibly do the same. No, he can't, because Senate presidents are distinguished and cannot ever have a conflict of interest in their own trials. Only judges who are not even standing trial can, right? But when you add all the latest happenings in the recall process, in which a petition was sent to the INEC to recall Senator Natasha Akpotu-Udughan, and a video went viral when we saw petitioners in a room copying names, phone numbers, signatures, and other information from an INEC register, you realize just how hard the gods are at work for Akpabio's cause. The INEC first rejected the petition, citing irregularities, then suddenly went ahead to give the petitioners useful tips on how to bring a successful petition. One would have thought, as the Senator Natasha Akpotu-Udughan did, that the petition would just outright be thrown out for all of its inconsistencies, obvious forgeries, and lack of merit. But you'll be reckoning without Akpabio's guts to think that way. And during the weekend, when the senator decided to visit her constituency for the Saga ceremonies, Akpabio's guts again kicked up. And as you would imagine, through every thinkable and unthinkable hurdle on her path, trying to stop her from meeting with her constituents, blocking every road leading to her place, because they knew constituents were gathered in their thousands to give her the hero's welcome home she deserves, having survived Akpabio's gods in every possible ambush and scenario. First, the governor of Kogi State, her home state, imposed a ban on political rallies, while her local government area imposed a curfew restricting public movements. Indeed, the whole senatorial district was shut down. Yet, the people defied both and came out in their thousands to give a rousing welcome to the embattled senator. You could actually tell from the large turnout that the senator does have a large following in the grassroots. I'm sure this was a very pleasant surprise to Akpabio's gods, or is it dogs? The senator does actually have a following. How exotic. So now, the obvious question then will be, who are the constituents trying to recall Senator Natasha Akpotu-Udughan, right? Of course, Akpabio's gods, or dogs, promptly reacted as they should, dispersing the crowds and raining mayhem. What they should have done was simply tag crowd as ghosts. But you don't disperse ghosts. So that was a tactical error on their part. Because now you can't even call them ghosts. How silly. Although in this circus show, nothing is beyond redemption. And nothing is outrightly impossible. But in a sudden plot twist, the INEC has suddenly thrown out the petition after seeing the crowds that came out in support of the senator and realizing that the recall bullshit will no longer fly. Because were those the constituents wanting her recall that came out in droves? Did they come out to stone her to death or what? But she was standing right in their midst. What an insult to an injury. So now, Akpabio's dogs or gods are confounded as they reckon without the wisdom of the senator to arrive in a helicopter and didn't add a ban of its use in their political rallies ban earlier. A silly but very costly error that will prove to the whole world that maybe her constituents love her. They must be gnashing their teeth for forgetting. That silly error will be called the Saga gift to an embattled senator. Is this finally a win for democracy, or will Akpabio's gods or dogs, or is it gods and dogs, come up with other new shenanigans? Because nothing is beyond them. Well, we wait. Thank you for being on this channel. My name is Natasha, as I said before. Please, if you have not, do well to subscribe to this channel right now. Like the video, put on your notifications, share to other people. Come back here again and again as we analyze events and happenings in the political atmosphere. Thank you and God bless you.